All right, guys. Woo! I think it's time. I think it's time to get started. Well, not really, but why not start early? The watch list this morning is absolutely not picking up really any nice small caps. I'm sure you guys are already aware of that. Today definitely seems to be a bit more of a mid cap kind of day. We'll see what happens. Hope the word pothead is not considered offensive. I don't think anyone takes offense to that. Then again, there's a lot of things people get offended about. All right, so you know it's time when the glove comes on. Arminio, hi. Hello, hello. Okay, so what are we looking at here? First of all, let's do a little bit intro, and I'm watching the scanner here. Maybe we'll see something else get picked up. Yeah, let's get into it. First of all, guys, good morning. Welcome back to the live stream where we first review the watch list and then trade the market open every day. Every day the market's open. I hope everyone's feeling good to go. And I actually have a little bit of a red pre-market so far. We'll talk about this in a little bit. I only did one trade pre-market and I got skunked, absolutely skunked, down 168 bucks, which is fine. You know, pre-market's always one of those kind of question mark sessions. Yesterday I was up like 200 bucks pre-market. Looks like today I'm down like 200 bucks pre-market. So kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. It was totally my mistake, 100%. Today is, what is this, September 2nd. It's 13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we've got another 18 minutes? 17 minutes before the market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll wrap up the stream around 11. Quick reminder, guys, for everyone that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick and not meant to be followed. Always know yourself, why you are entering a stock, why you're exiting a stock, what your goals are. Always know. This place is a community for us to help each other, guys. Please do not spam or you will be kicked. Check out the video description below for some FAQs. Always new stuff down there. And blank. Let's get into it. I'm trying to think which ticker to talk about first because they're all not like super interesting. The mid caps are really in charge today, and that's for me anything over 500 million market cap. So we'll probably be looking at mid caps today. I wouldn't even be surprised if I focused on trading mid caps. I had one little disaster trade with TSRI, which I was thinking could be a lead gapper today. 1.2 million float, US software application company, and they were acquiring a different company. Everything sounded pretty fine. Where is this one? TSRI. The thing though that I did on this ticker, and I probably would have kept on trading this one if I didn't have a big loss on it, but I didn't want to dig myself too much into a hole pre-market, so I was like, you know what? I'm only going to trade really good setups, and I just didn't really feel those really good setups at the moment. So I'm down a little bit, and with TSRI, it was looking like it was holding the highs here pretty well, and then boom, market opened, well, TOS market opened at 7 a.m., right? I bought the pullback here. It was looking pretty good. I was up to like 2% for a second, was looking for a continuation, and then we got this wicked flush here. I tried to cancel around 6:30 several times, but I should have been more aggressive, and then I literally had to hold through this big flush. This was kind of painful. I was using a smaller position size though, little under $2,000, so it wasn't that bad. But at one point I was down like 11%, which is pretty much my max stop. And that's why I was like, you know what, I got to kind of bite the bullet on this one. I try to close out my whole position here at 6. I got some entries here at 608 and then the other at 588, which, yeah, luckily wasn't the perfect low, but, you know, could have probably got out a little bit better. So yeah, I mean, this should have been a small loss. I should have had, you know, should have just got out all of my position when my thesis was wrong. I was looking for a reversal, a continuation. We had a nice breakout, and I was looking for that continuation. I should have been more focused on the volume, and I should have just cut my losses quicker. So, you know, could have had like a $50, $60 loss, and instead 160. So it is what it is. But, you know, right now it doesn't look that hot. But sometimes if pre-market's really not that good looking, we're not seeing a lot of activity, sometimes at the open or right before the open, we start getting some really nice flyers. So my eyes are open. But if we're not seeing anything, then I will probably, maybe be a bit more focused on mid caps today. Just a little update. Woo, Satoshi, just read your message. Wanted to come by and say thanks for all you've done here. I hit my 100K goal yesterday, and it's thanks to part of what I've learned from you guys. Thanks, fam. Awesome to hear that, Satoshi. That's really, really sweet, man. Congrats on the 100K milestone. That is huge. Looking forward to joining it with you. Very, very nice. Honestly, there's so many different tickers today, I'm a little bit overwhelmed. My whole entire little watch list sheet is totally full. And this is kind of like my little quick cheat sheet. This is what I quickly glance over to try to make sure that I'm looking at all the right stuff. I just realized my microphone was way hidden here behind like a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if that's going to really change the noise too much, but it might make it a little bit clearer. Who knows? I'll have to turn down your volume a little bit. Who knows? Thoughts on NNVC? Yeah, let's just look at different tickers because it's pretty much all we can do today, or so far. NNVC. Anytime I see a ticker that sells off this much and doesn't hold its highs is really not something I get super excited about. It is only selling off about 20% from pre-market highs, but it only went up like 30%, so it's not really that interesting. Oops. So getting some positive results on the coronavirus. Now, there's a lot of companies now with vaccines pretty much in the late phases. So a news like this isn't as strong as it used to be. That's a big thing to keep in mind. I actually have a limit order on NNVC way down here at like 253 roughly. I placed this a long time ago. As I thought we might get a big crash down here at one point, maybe with an offering or whatnot, never really reached it. I don't know. It seems like a little bit of volume came in and then all of a sudden the price really crushed it, got crushed again. I don't know. It looks like there's some dilution going on here. I don't really see NNVC being too interesting. Maybe it's going to have another retest of 5, but in terms of day trading, this doesn't look too hot. Also, the volume is really fading off here. Maybe it's going to have a little bit of spike back to VWAP at the open or so. But even then, it's not really the best, return. So 6%, not really too interesting. PVC, that was the ticker from, was that Friday or was that Monday? PVC. It did kind of pop, or PSV, sorry, PSV. I was like, wait, hold on, something's not right. Boom, boom, boom. Found some nice support around 0.6, popping up higher here. Big resistance at $1. Doesn't have any new news today. This is kind of a leftover ticker. Big resistance here, guys. I don't really see it breaking $1. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, no problem. Got another 10 minutes here till the market opens. Usually this time I feel like it's crunch phase, but I don't know. There's a few interesting tickers probably today just overall that aren't really popping up on the scanner, or they were popping up on the scanner at one point or another. We had AMC pop up on the scanner. I actually really like the fact that this broke back above this kind of $17 zone. This would have been a pretty interesting little dip buy here. But you got to remember, since these are kind of mid caps, you'd want to be using either bigger size or understand that like a 2% move is a really, really good move. So I would be using bigger size most likely on a ticker like AMC. This one should be a pretty interesting open. I like the 4 hour on this one, looks really, really good. The daily also looks really good on AMC. We kind of had a little descending trend line right here, and we had a nice little breakout. And now we're kind of pulling back to the 7, and it looks like we might run off of that. Looks really healthy. I got to say, AMC, I like this little breakout attempt. Let's see how much volume comes back. AMC is going to be opening 70% of its theaters on September 4th. So just in 2 days from now. I just bought a little bit more VXRT in my long-term swing trade account, my IRA account. Ooh, that was really loud. I guess we get to go to the quickly. VXRT, remember I was talking about this one yesterday, looking to pick some up around 5. We just got a nice little crack of 5. So let's see how we can get a little bit of continuation here. Anywhere in this area, some decent support. Maybe we're going to go down a little bit below this, but looking for a little pop back to the upside, and then ideally sell in the 6s or a break of 6. That's kind of my move on VXRT. Let's go back to AMC. I was just thinking, hold on, I just totally lost my train of thought with that entry. What was it? Yeah. So AMC, that's September 4th. So 2 days from now, they're going to be opening 70% of their theaters roughly. Big catalyst there. 56 million float. And then roughly a $700 million market cap today. So this is really, really interesting. And just check out the volume here on the 4-hour chart. You can kind of see that pre-market already. We're getting some nice little pops to the upside here. We'll see what kind of, because usually pre-market, there's not a lot of volume, even on bigger days. So that's a really good indicator that maybe we're going to see a little bit of momentum here, continuation. I'll be watching AMC. There was a really, really good call out on AMC in the Discord chat. So big kudos to that, around 5.8. So that would have been a phenomenal swing trade entry. Day Traders Live has shorted LONE at 0.5. So yeah, LONE was another one that we were looking at. Shorting a sub-dollar stock, that's intense. 21 million float. U.S. oil and gas company with their forbearance extension basically means their loans are going to have their deadlines increase, so it helps the company kind of recover a little bit. Mind you, it's a NASDAQ with under $1, so that means they are probably going to be delisted from the NASDAQ at one point, unless they, do a reverse split or so. Came down here to just about 42. Nice little 17 move back to the upside. On Webull, I actually had a limit order on this one around 40. Hold on, I think I still have Webull open. Let me quickly see. Yeah, at 0.41, so we got really close to that entry. That would have been a pretty nice entry, actually. So I don't know what I'll do with LONE. I'm not really looking to trade it at the moment. I don't know. It's tough to say. For now, on Webull, I'll probably go ahead and close this one. You guys remember, I am practicing Webull here a little bit, just kind of getting used to the application a little bit more. Let me go ahead and close that. Okay. And and we have a small position with TSRI at 575, another $500 position. I'll be having this one on the side, holding it past the market, looking for a break of $6, and we'll see what happens. Small position size, just kind of getting used to the platform. I do like some of the customability on this one. I'm getting more used to it, which makes it a little easier to use. There's just a few things that, I don't know, I'll do the full review in a few weeks, but I keep writing down everything I've noticed on this one, but it's interesting. I think I would like it more for investing. I'm not super crazy about it for day trading, but at the same time, it does offer a good amount of stuff. Another 4 minutes here. It would be good to close Webull though at one point, because it does mess up kind of my speed on the computer a bit. AMC drop. I don't even really know what I want to be trading out of the gate. Usually by now I'll have like at least 2 tickers, that sometimes even 3, that I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. don't feel that way today necessarily. I got AMC between 711 and 678. I'll get an alert if we start breaking in one of these directions, and then maybe I'll pick some up for a day trade on AMC. Oh, we also have DraftKings, DKNG, I think it is. Apparently, Michael Jordan is now on the board of DraftKings. So that's a pretty big catalyst. I don't know if you guys watched the Michael Jordan, The Last Dance documentary on Netflix. It's really good. I highly recommend it. You probably know, but it doesn't show you're live in the sub screen. Hold on. It says excellent connection. We have 180 viewers at the moment. Stream health looking good. Yeah, I'm not totally sure what the issue could be. Thanks for letting me know, but I'm not totally sure how to address that. Thanks, David. Nice, good to hear, Eddie. It's definitely a pretty decent application. I think I prefer TD Ameritrade more for day trading, but I like a lot of the stuff Webull has. Plus, I'm also a little bit biased because I've been using Webull for so many years, so I'm like, my brain is just like wired to be using it a little bit more. All right, another 140 till the market opens here. TSRI just had a very wicked dip. Let's quickly check this out. That dip only shows on Webull, actually. Very weird, because on TD Ameritrade, it doesn't really show it. On Webull, it actually showed it just hit $5. So that was really weird. Be careful, guys, with this one. It's not looking really healthy. It really looks like almost all of our tickers, all our elite gappers and everything is kind of just pulling back quite a lot. PLAG is maybe something to be looking at. This one, 10 million flow, PLAG, the CEO bought 1.7 million shares. So that's a really good catalyst on PLAG. Just, check that one out. Could be a really good trade. No, I mean, for me, it's been always popping up like a confirmation thing, but there are a few things to edit. Best to always just try it out on the paper account first. So let's see what we're going to watch out of the gates. I'm going to kind of have an open mind here and then just kind of watch the scanners pretty closely and go from there. Good luck, everyone. Right now I'm watching TSRI. Maybe this one will have a bit more of a pullback. About 24% back from pre-market highs. Total wrap was about 48%. Lone had a really quick little drop here, but then instantly popped higher. So far, so good. LONE might have a really nice pullback right here to about 0.5. 13% move so far. Can't forget to change the time of force to day. LONE, yeah. Wasn't really convinced about this one. Let's see what else we got here. Apex is a split, iron, not enough volume. Well, that's a little bit obnoxious right now. TSRI could be a good trade. Let's see. I mean, if this one has a possibility for red to green, it did sell off quite a bit. I feel like it's a bit of an oddball. But whenever the markets are this green, the small caps tend to not be that great. So I feel like oddballs are a little bit more acceptable today. We'll see how this one goes. Technically, I already do have a position on TSRI. Tesla broke resistance from yesterday. TSRI, it's a bit of a weird situation when this looks like it might actually be the best small cap gapper right now. We also had Guess that was popping up on our scanners this morning, 41 million float, Q2 results, US apparel company. So we have a lot of these kind of mid caps that seem to be kind of interesting today. VRA halted. AMC, nice move as well. VRA, 25 million float with Q2 news, US footwear company. So they have good quarterly earnings. VRA with that 25 million float, this is a pretty impressive move. I'm going to put VRA on my second chart, and I might be looking to trade VRA out of the gates once it opens up here at about 938. I think we might have room to run to at least this kind of 780 zone. So that would be kind of my goal on VRA. Let's see when it opens up here. We have big support at 655. And again, kind of like 670 as well with VWAP and the 9 EMA right there in that area. So I think that's how I'd probably be looking to trade VRA. Really impressive move here. Was not expecting something like that. But I guess, you know, traders were looking for something. So I have a limit order here at 71. Might adjust that, but it would be a starter size, so I can always average down if the trade still looks good. AMC with a nice pop over 7. AMC had its own little red to green move here, if you think about it. FEAC, Flying Eagle acquisition. Looking at that one a little bit. Man, yeah, big tickers today. Almost all the lead gappers are just big movers. I just saw GNUS as well. This actually might have a nice little retest here back to VWAP, 6%. That's probably what I'd be looking for. Possible 5-minute entry around 6 on VHC. Also a bit more of a large cap. Mid cap, sorry. Nice pullback on AMC. VRA just opened up here, 38. See what kind of pullback it gets. Right now it's touching 7. Boom! Instantly broke higher, so it hit 7 and broke back to 740. Strong move there. Still selling off. Just quickly moved back down. There's just an abundance amount of tickers today. Sometimes you just got to pick one. AMC is actually one of the lead gappers today with pretty decent volume. I kind of like how this one's trading as well. Might be focused, a bit more focused on AMC. VHC with a quick little dive. VRA really kind of testing the $7 area. Is it going to act as support or not? Very light volume in the small cap sphere. All the big tickers are mid caps today. Nasdaq's up 0.6%. Bit of an unusual day here, so just keep that in mind. TSRI might have made a little bit of a double bottom here. A little bit light volume on this one though. Big support around 5. Man, we got alerts going off left and right. It's such an unclear kind of day for me. Hello, Andy, for the win. Nice, Eugene. VRA also selling off again. Looks like it just had a little bit of a new low here, 675 now. AMC looks like it's going to break that. Boom! Look at that top. Whew, nice move on AMC. PSV actually looks kind of good here in this area. I don't really like the fact that this is like the one ticker without really specific catalyst for today. But it has pretty decent volume right now. So that's kind of impressive. Big resistance here at 1. I don't really see us breaking much past 1, but right now it is kind of setting up a little bit of a bull flag here. This could be a little bit of a breakout. Maybe we're going to have a little retest here and then have a quick move. I do like the fact that PSV has big volume right now, and I do like the fact that VWAP and the 90 EMA here at 0.9 could be a great pullback zone. Here we go, PSV. Let's see what happens. No trades yet for me out of the gates. So, you know, I always say if I don't really know what to trade, I don't feel super comfortable with anything specific, I'm a little undecided, I just don't trade. It's totally fine. I think AMC though, I probably should have got a little bit more aggressive on, but there's always kind of those hindsight plays that you're just like, yeah, I should have done that. Really, really nice move with AMC for sure. It's a bit of a slow mover, so using bigger size on this one is definitely not a bad idea. Love that $7 breakout on AMC. Oh, Harley, yeah. Man, AMC was such a ripper. CLEU. Man, there's a lot to trade. So far, I'm just kind of holding my hands here. CLEU doesn't seem to have any volume. I wouldn't really call that popping too much. I don't know, it could be a swing trade, but I don't know anything about the ticker itself. But day trading, it doesn't have enough volume for me to day trade. All right, well, let's mentally get ready here for that kind of, you know, what can be popping around 10 o'clock. Sometimes when we see a ticker holding its highs, all right, then or hasn't, you know, ran yet, but it hasn't dumped yet either. Sometimes those are really good 10 o'clock or like 9:55 runners. So I'm going to start looking for that first. I'm going to I'll be right back. Give me like a minute or two. Apple and Tesla. We talk about those tickers a lot. AMC just had a little bit of a sell-off here. Man, a flush like that is usually like at least 10%. AMC is just about half of 4%. TSRI is really struggling in this area. Tried several times to go back above that VWAP zone. Doesn't look too good for this ticker, I gotta say. AMC still selling off. I don't know, Kelvin. I would check out your broker. That doesn't sound right. Get in contact with them. been a light morning for me so far. But I'm not going to force anything just because I feel like I need a trade. Partnership. BRQS, good partnership news. I always like a good partnership. Right now it is selling off, but kind of coming closer to bigger support. AMC selling off again as well. I like the move on BRQS. It's really a strong mover. If AMC pulls off a little bit more, I'm going to definitely be going long around 720. I own that bag. Go Docs SDC. Haven't seen that one yet. I'll check it out. Watching AMC here. Just entered long AMC. $7.16 average share price. That was quite the strong sell-off AMC just had, I gotta say. Just did my last fill on AMC here, about 7,000 share size. Some news came out. I'm never a big fan of trading right when news comes out. It made me a little bit iffy on this one. It's never a fun place to be trading, even if it's good news. Just hard to digest it all. Really strong sell-off here with AMC. Taking a bigger loss on this one at the moment. This might actually stop me out for the day, which is a little bit unfortunate. So let's see if we can manage this one a little bit better. Nothing really new, I would say, coming in here. Big support around a 7. It is looking like it might crack it. Yeah, I just cracked it a little bit here again. Wow, that sell-off on AMC has been much stronger than I would have expected. Just reaching my possible max stop, or at least percentage-wise, where I start thinking about maybe getting out around 4%. Not really max stop, just bigger position size. So with bigger position size, you have to deal with these kind of bigger swings, which is totally fine. Does look like it's possibly turning around here a little bit. It's a big move for ticker AMC. And it's still dumping here. $6.86. would be just about a perfect double bottom. Really don't like getting out on these flushes, but it looks like I might even have to get out on a flush here. Really unfortunate. This is a heavy dip. I was not expecting a large cap like this, or not a large cap, a mid cap, to be flushing so hard. It did have catalyst come out, but it wasn't anything different than we already knew. So I'm really confused why it sold off so hard, which unfortunately made me not get out of the position earlier. I'm kind of watching this one. Looks like a little bit of a base came in here at the double bottom. So we're definitely taking a loss on this one. It's just kind of thinking, you know, how can we maybe mitigate some of the losses a little bit? I might be stopped out of the trading though for the day after this one. Kind of unfortunate. Big bounce so far. That was a really, really strong move. Big sellers there, it's 96. See how they get chipped away here a bit. Looking for that move back above 7. We just had the move above 7, was looking for a little bit more continuation. Second attempt here to go back above 7. Let's see what we get. Try to close my position just now. Just missed my exit there at 72. Pulling back to 97. New minute's going to start in 20 seconds. Sometimes you don't know if this is just a healthy pullback or if this is a reversal. So I'll probably be closing out half of the position fairly soon. Trying to sell half here at 98. Just missed it again. Was selling half here at 98. Oops, clicked the wrong button. Sold half of my position at 98, looking to sell the other half on a possible move here back to the 9 EMA. Looking for that break of 7. Nothing's really changed. Everything is looking pretty healthy. I had to manage my risk a little bit. Here we go, selling the rest at 702. 7 maybe. All right, we're officially out at 7. So I probably could have sold all of it at 702. You know, in reality, it really wasn't that bad of a loss. I think we played this one okay. I was actually only down like 3%. It just feels like a bigger loss because I used bigger position size. So in the future, obviously, I'm trying to get to the $10,000 position size. And here goes the flush that I was nervous about. So in the future, like I said, we want to get to the $10,000 position sizes. So this is nothing. I just got to get used to these numbers, I guess you can say. So yeah, we're down right now 330%, just about 10% of my average position size. So kind of have to throw in the towel. If I see a really, really good setup, I might do very base hits. We'll see, just because it's still pretty early. But that was a pretty mean flush. So happy I got out on that one. Sorry I wasn't checking the chat room. I can't really check the chat room when I'm in a trade. Too much to focus on. Yeah, very true, Harley. Nice, Tim. Sweet, man. Woo! Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you're enjoying the community, if you're enjoying the live content. That was a pretty big pickle I was just in, but it was quite an interesting pickle. AMC, I mean, still looks interesting. I really underestimated the amount of sell-off this thing was going to have. That was really aggressive. So, you know, I should have managed my risk a little bit quicker. But ultimately, we only took like a 3% loss on this one, so it really wasn't that bad. Whew. That's one way to get the day started. I only did 2 trades today and took two losses that were a little bit bigger. So kind of an unusual way to start the day. Usually I try to rack up a bunch of base hits pre-market, and that usually gets us going. So I've been off my game a little bit today, I guess. So yeah, $300 down today. It's a little bit unfortunate. Eugene, Tesla swing was a price entry. We could talk about some Tesla and Apple after around 10:30. Let's keep focused here on some possible setups. Constantine, thanks, but I'm out of AMC. I sold at just about 7. Actually, yeah, like 698. Thanks, Martin. I might actually sell my TSRI small tiny position size there. I was looking for that break of VWAP. We weren't really getting it. I do like the fact that we have big support down here, but at the moment, you know, the sell volume here, this doesn't look very good. So I might close this one for a smaller loss as well. Not really my day. VXRT, let's check this one out. I wasn't really looking at, I'm already swing trading VXRT. Entry around $5, I think is my average price now, which is pretty sweet. I'm looking for this one to get back into the $6 territory over the next week or so. Would sell it on the break of 4, especially if there's some bad catalyst coming out. But right now it doesn't seem like there's too bad news. Living Large is wondering why I increased my share size in slow conditions. Like yes and no. I didn't actually decrease my share size on my first trade, and that was a really good thing because it was a small cap. The only reason I went bigger share size with AMC was because AMC is a slower mover. So this dip right here, which looks ferocious, is only like 10%. That's not a lot. Typical dip like this in a small cap would be like 20, 30, 40, 50%. Maybe not 50, but definitely getting into the 30, 40 zones. So like, I was like, okay, well, you know, if my max like my whole entire kind of risk management is adjusted a little bit, because I'm going to be looking for like a 2% move is a pretty good move with AMC. You'd be buying, a pullback here, and you'd be selling on a break right there. That's a 3% move. That's a really, really nice move. While on a small cap, that would be like a 10% move, right? So to kind of readjust that, all I did was increase my position size a little bit. So relatively, I didn't increase my position. I would say I just kind of fit it towards the stock a little bit more. I don't know if that really makes total sense, but that was kind of my logic behind it. Good question though, Living Large. Yeah, Constantine, also true. A dip of 10% would be in one candle sometimes. So, yeah. Pretty strong little, that last flush though on AMC was also pretty wicked. I gotta say, I mean, it's still kind of a good looking ticker. I like the way it's trading, fairly clean. I just really, this is probably the one part that really caught me off guard, and I just didn't take my losses quick enough. Let me check out this SDC that you guys are looking at. Smile Direct Club. Board members buying, that's always a good catalyst. Being covered by Kramer, all really good catalysts in general. This ticker is up 20% today. It should be on my scanner. I'm not totally sure why it's not on the scanner. Maybe there's something else I'm not aware of. Yeah, Constantine, I feel you about that, man. I think it's a pretty solid idea. Smile Direct Club, U.S. medical device company, 83 million flow, 3 billion market cap. That's why it's on my scanner. My scanner stop at 2 billion market cap. Yeah, I mean, on a day like today, I would probably look at something like this. Usually this one's too slow for me. It's not necessarily a small cap. It's not really what I like to be day trading. But on a day like today, where mid caps are really a little bit more in charge, definitely worth looking at. And right now we're kind of in a little bit of a kind of a trending zone. 9.5, decent support. Had a nice little pullback here and here. Volume is fading though. I don't really like that last attempt to break higher failed, and the one before that was very weak with decreasing volume, so I probably won't be trading this one just yet, but I'll probably be looking for a possible trade, maybe something closer to VWAP on SDC. TSRI kind of back in the game here just a bit. My little order popping up. On the 5-minute, AMC actually looks a bit more like a failed breakout than anything else, so I would maybe be a little bit weary about that. So like TOS is not having my alerts going off. VRA, I had an alert here at 660, didn't go off. There's definitely still a bit of volume on this one. WLL. That ticker just doesn't go away, huh? I feel like this has been on the on and off the watch list for months. Wow, what a freaking day this thing had. Did they have a split or something? They emerged from bankruptcy. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good catalyst. Weird trading day for sure. Very light volume at the moment. I think it'd be a little hard to manage your risk on something like WLL. Watching AMC back above 7. Christopher. Always best just to write the question, so hopefully if I see it, I can quickly answer it. After 10:30, I'll have more time for the chat room. That's usually when I focus on the chat room and swing trades. Usually a pullback like this one, I would probably consider buying. But I'm just gonna kind of let it ride for now based on what we just saw. Nice little rounded bottom overall though on AMC. If you have an account over 25,000, you could do it unlimited. Otherwise, best to do it in a cash account. You could do as much as cash is in your account. So if you have like 2,000 bucks in your account and you trade once with 1,000, and then you trade again with 1,000, you could do 2 trades, right? Nice move on AMC, very clean. So when AMC is trending upwards, it has the most clean moves. We got stuck in like the most vicious little dip, which is kind of unfortunate. Dylan, check out the FAQs below. I have a proper allocation video that you might really like. Sweet man, happy to have you on the community. Yeah, as long as you have funds over 25,000, it's unlimited. Under 25,000, there's several rules depending if you're on a margin account or your cash account. Check out that video description below, and you'll check out the FAQ account proper allocation video. GNUS rocketing off the lows here again. GNUS is the ticker that pops its nose up every now and then. I gotta say, TSRI is still kind of holding this 5.5 zone. Wouldn't be surprised if it did try to do a little bit of a break. Let's kind of keep our eyes on it. Really nice move on AMC. Ah, man, gotta say it's a little painful I didn't jump on that. Definitely gave me a bit of FOMO. Kind of annoying because that's a perfect pullback move. I usually would be all over. I just kind of felt like I lost a little bit of conviction behind AMC on their last dump. So put me in a kind of a bit of a pickle. Am I gonna buy it? I don't know. You guys will know if I buy something. Today's really one of those days where if you don't have to trade, you don't, like, it's probably better just not to trade. It's just not a very clean day. I've probably never seen, since like the March crash, this many mid caps on the small cap scanner. It just, you know, maybe like one or two, like rarely, like once a week or something like that. But this is just pure mayhem out here. Nice, Eugene. That was a sweet grab. Congrats. There's a lot of sellers at 122 on GNUS. Let's see if we can break it. AMC hit the VWAP. Yeah, so if I just held AMC at this point, we would have been actually profitable on that trade. Kind of a crazy thought. You know, with a mid cap like that, I would have been pretty comfortable actually going through that hold, or at least buying back. Probably could have done that. It's never fun to jump in on a trade right after a loss. I always try to avoid that. Thanks for the $5, Eugene. Thanks for supporting the channel. Oh yeah, for sure. AMC, man, I totally butchered that one for sure. I wasn't expecting it to flush that hard, and when it did, I didn't cut my losses quick enough. So totally my fault. In the end, it wasn't really that bad of a trade, and I think I got out at a perfect spot. So I'm not really that upset about it. I just used bigger size, so it just felt like a little bit bigger, which is totally fine because that's my goal. I'm trying to increase my share size. I just got to get used to it. I don't really think anything wrong really happened with that trade. AMC and GNUS just had like the perfect orchestrated pullback. They both literally look identical right now. Thanks, Go Ducks. Thanks for the $5. Really, really appreciate the support, guys. Yeah, Shrikant, man, I feel you. It's a bit of a weird one. We'll see tomorrow, man. Is it better to swing trade under $25,000? I don't know. Like that's tough. That's tough, man. It really depends on your strategy. I moved my 25K challenge account to a swing trade account, but I think we would be growing it faster day trading. But it depends what you want to do. But I appreciate it, Eugene, and Go Ducks. Thanks a lot. I get that funny creature dancing around again. AMC, another pullback here to 7. Who's jumping on it? No, I don't trade options. Man, I would really like to keep trading, but I feel like I would probably more or less be breaking my main rule. Hold on, let me quickly see what my average size is for this month. Yeah, Dan Ryan, I agree. There's been some really, really phenomenal swing trade opportunities. Still looking for other tickers, PLAY. Let's check it out. 14. Serious round bottom here. Didn't even pull back here. It's kind of iffy trader. Dave and Buster's. Other tickers play. I didn't know that. Wow, this looks just like every other airline, Carnival stock, similar to AMC. We've been seeing this this setup here almost across the board on all different tickers. 24, 15 tends to always be that kind of critical zone. Could be a good swing trade, but it looks like several of these tickers, everything from Play AMC, either they're having a really, really nice breakout, or they're going to have a really, really nice fake out here in a second in terms of the next few days. Here's American Airlines, similar setup. I just don't think this is one I would be getting long, and I feel like that's similar to a lot of these entertainment travel companies. Let's check it out. Aurora Cannabis. So first off, it's really good to notice it actually never traded in these $150 areas. It just had a reverse split. Actually, no, never mind. I was wrong about that. I had a split. Well, that's actually kind of surprising. I would have not thought that. That's why it was so low here in these areas. Why would they do a split? Let's quickly see here. Let's go back to 511. See what kind of catalyst we see about it. Doesn't go back that far. Ooh, it's really raining now. So it's 10:30. Usually I wrap up trading by now, which I probably will do unless, like I said, we have a really nice setup. Wasn't really my day for trading. Down about 300 bucks today. Yeah, I'm trying to dive a little bit more into ACB myself. Something doesn't feel right about this company. A really easy way to kind of tell that there's most likely dilution is if you look back and the volume is dwarfed. That means there's probably new shares that was thrown out here. That's probably why they did a split. Maybe they diluted a little bit too much. Okay, so this is why I was so confused. Here it says split, which makes 0 sense to me. Because there's no way they did a split. And then I realized they didn't. They did a reverse split. So I just read that wrong, that's all. That was a little bit unfortunate, or not unfortunate, but that explains why I was so confused. So yeah, like I was saying in the beginning, they did a reverse split. So they were never trading up here at 150. They were trading at like 12 bucks or so, based on their reverse split 1 to 12. It's a dangerous place for a ticker to be, because when you start, the reason they did a reverse split is because their stock was under $4, and on the New York Stock Exchange you have to have a $4 stock price, or else you get threatened to be delisted, and then you go to OTC, or maybe NASDAQ will pick you up because they have a listing requirement of $1. So that's really not a place you want to be as a stock. So what you do is you do a reverse split. You go from, let's say, $1 to $12 if you're doing a 1 to 12 reverse split. Reduces the amount of shares you have outstanding, but I'm sure that they had some sort of dilution going on here, because actually the volume increased. So that's always a big red flag, that there's most likely dilution going on. I don't really see this thing ever recovering, and I wouldn't be surprised if ACB approached, $1 again, or at least broke $4, which looks like they went down to 6.3 or something like that, or 5. I don't know. A ticker like this could also spike easily, like 50, 100% on any sort of positive news. I mean, this will probably be a future small cap gapper, most likely. You just don't know if it's going to, go down like another 50 or 90% until it becomes a future small cap gapper. You just don't know. So I don't know. It's totally up to you what you want to do with this ticker. I'm not a big fan of just kind of holding and hoping. I do have an account for that if I do decide to kind of do a swing trade. But if it's like a day trade or something like that gone wrong, I wouldn't be holding it. I don't know. It's a tough one, but I would just be very careful. Dilution is when a company sells new shares into the market at very cheap prices to private investors. There's usually firms that will kind of give a company, let's say $100,000. They'll buy stock, or like not 100,000, let's just say more like $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, something like that. And then they get a bunch of stocks at a huge discount. And then these stocks will be called warrants, where they can dump the warrants into the market at a certain price called the exercise price. And that's what we're always looking for, on, what's that form 3, S3 or something like that, to find these kind of warrants. And let's say these warrants can be exercised at like, I wouldn't be surprised if ACB had a bunch of warrants, maybe around like $15 or so. Because it tried several times to break over this kind of $14, $15 zone. And every time it did, it got pushed back. So there's probably a bunch of firms that might have shares that they can dump into the market, let's say at around $15, which will constantly dilute the stock price, and it will never be able to get past those zones. Oh, I'm still watching AMC on my second chart. I'm just watching this one the whole time. Yeah, Josh, no problem. It's a bit of a tickler, but definitely just start going through the SEC filings of a company, and then start Googling for or searching the documents for warrants, especially on a 10Q. Man, my little laptop is way too slow. I can't wait for this new laptop. I can't even really use it. I wanted to show you guys things so many times already, and it just doesn't load. So that's really, really annoying. I'm gonna have my new laptop, I think in November, end of November. But man, oh man, I'm ready for it. This thing is getting a little crazy over here. Nice little profit on JIL, sweet biggles. I didn't get a laptop yet. I have like three or I think it's three. Was it four? I don't remember. I keep removing them in my Amazon.com account, and I'm like still thinking which one I want, and I'll see what kind of discounts we get for Cyber Monday, and then I'm gonna probably just order one. I might even order two, but no, I'll probably just order one, and yeah. So most likely I'll be able to save $1,000 or so, depending on how crazy I get with my laptop. So I figured I'll wait. I mean, this one works. It's just it's a little bit tough. I'll just say. I didn't place the order yet. Yeah, no. So my average position size last month was $2.3 thousand. We walked away with about $3.5 thousand in profit. So that's pretty nice. So I'm going to try to get my average position size to, it'd be really nice if my average position size was $5,000, but I'm not going to force it, but that's where I want to get it to for September. We'll see what happens. All right, let's since I'm most likely wrapped up with trading, let's talk about some swing trades here, and then we'll probably wrap up in the next 20 minutes or so. AMC just had a nice little dip here back at 6.8. This one, it's kind of annoying because I could have probably traded this one again and again and again, probably like 4 or 5 times today, and walked away fairly green. So in the recap video today, if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. I come out with a recap video every day after a live trading session. I want to talk about AMC a little bit more on what I could have done right, because there's a few perfect setups on it, and it's kind of unfortunate that I got kind of flushed on that one. It's a little bit iffy. Okay, so let's talk about some of these swing trades that we are currently in. Let's go to the 4-hour actually. Let's go to the swing trade account. Some people still sell puts on pot stocks. Ooh. I'm not really sure which airline's going to get what, to be honest. I don't follow the airlines that closely. If I just wanted to buy the airline industry, I would really look at the ETF jets. I probably might even get that myself. So RXT is one of the swing trades that we entered, what was that, on Monday? We talked about this before it even happened, which was pretty cool. I was looking for this one to really have a nice little continuation here. We had a perfect pullback, had a breakout of 22, all things that we were kind of expecting, looked really, really good. But this sell-off here has been more than I wanted to, which makes me a little bit iffy on this one. I'm kind of getting nervous, not really totally sure if I'm going to be holding this one. Again, I wouldn't mind if we came back down to these areas. I probably would average down a little bit, anything under 20 bucks, but I'd probably rather even cut my losses here or take my profits, not cut my losses. I do have some small profits at this point, about 100 bucks. I'd probably rather walk away with 100 bucks since we have some weakness coming in and kind of wrap it up there and then maybe buy back in the 19s. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. These two dips were much, much more aggressive than I would have wanted to look for. So maybe I might sell here as we start retesting the 9 EMA. Just this is not really the buying volume I would have wanted to see. I really like this first buy volume, but already on the second open, it was just looking very weak. I don't know. So I think I might be getting out of my RXT position. Let's just see here. Let's look at it on the intraday. A lot of big sell spikes here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it had a little bit of a flush at this point. Kind of unfortunate because, you know, we were up at 22% at one or $23, so that was like an extra 9%. We were really, really nice in the money on this one. I could have maybe considered selling it as we kind of, you know, looked like we were selling off here, but it was a tough play. Or, you know, as we weren't holding the highs that well here, it was just, you know, I wanted to give this one a little bit longer, and I didn't really mind holding this one for potentially a week. So the fact that it's really showing a lot of weakness here, big sell volume overall, a lot of big dumps is just not really giving me a lot of confidence behind this one. I wouldn't mind buying it back, but I might just lock in the profits here already on this as we where we are. Most likely it won't break above VWAP. Whoop. Literally as I try to sell. So I'm going to go here and sell out this trade. Just sold here at 130. Again, I'm not totally sure if we're going to break above VWAP. I lost a little bit of my faith on Iraq space. So we'll see what happens. I really wanted to hold this one a little bit longer, but I wouldn't mind buying back around in the low 20s. So that's kind of my possible goal here on RXT. Whoops, I just sold, I guess, a little bit too soon. Wow, look at that flushiness here. So this is why I wanted to sell. A lot of these big volume spikes has been on this sell, and that's a really, really bearish sign. So it looks like we just had a bit of a false breakout, and then we flushed right back to the downside. I don't know. This one's getting shaky. It's not a clear read to me anymore, so I'm just going to take my profits and walk away. It's pretty much that simple. Going to SPCE. We'll definitely look at AAL. So SPCE did something that I was kind of expecting now for the last couple of days. Let's quickly go back to the daily chart. We're officially in the red on this one a little bit. And this is what I was talking about for a while. So when I saw this failed breakout and this retest that didn't work out, I was already saying maybe I should close my trade. But what I would rather do is just kind of hold on to this one a little bit longer. If we dip down here, I'll probably buy in the 1650s. So that's what I'm gonna be looking to do is space. I'm gonna average down here just a little bit and then look for, again, move back to the 1920s. Nothing really changed, I think, on this one. I have to go through the news a little bit more. Yeah, nothing really too interesting, but for me, SPCE would definitely be a buy anywhere in the 16s. Oh, look, we're actually only down like 1.5 on this one. So what I would be looking for again on this one, oh, actually, this is just for the day. Let's quickly go to monitor. We're actually down SPCE about 78 bucks. I was like, wait, something doesn't sound right here. Okay, so really cool. SPCE, let's go back here, and I'm going to put a limit order. Let's see if we can figure out where we would like an entry. That was a big dip off of 1633. I wish I saw that at the time. That was actually exactly where I wanted to buy it. Oftentimes, though, we retest lows. 33. So just to put things in perspective here a little bit, we have an entry at 16.88, which is about a $2.5 thousand share size. My max share size on SPCE would probably be around 3,000 based on the small cap or the $25,000 challenge account, currently at around 8,000, a little over 8,000 bucks, I think, or around 8,000 bucks. So buying with, yeah, I don't know, probably around 30 or 40 extra shares on a second dip would be something I'd be looking to do. So 30 shares would be around $505. So we could probably even scale that up a little bit, but we don't need to. So I'm just going to put an order here at 1639. I don't really know if we're going to go back to these areas. I also will adjust this tomorrow morning if we haven't reached it, but it looks like we're going to even go below. So I'm just going to put this here for now. And yeah, just adjusting our swing trades. So let's go to the next one, which is VXRT, which is nicely bumping back higher here. Looking pretty interesting. So 497, we know that VXRT is around some really big support, and I would really like to see this one back at the $6 zone. I don't know if that's too aggressive. We do have some big support and resistance right around $6. You can kind of see that this is where we pulled back here, and then we had that really nice run to the upside. We also have the 180-day moving average right below, which we don't really seem to ever touch with VXRT. So that makes me have a little bit more confident that we're not actually going to go much lower than where we are right now. So let's go here to the 4 hour. Look at this one a little closer. Oh, and also check out TSRI. This one looks like it's breaking out higher right now. Decrease in sell volume. This is overall looking pretty solid in terms of possible bottom coming in right here. And we already had our first bounce. Our average position size on VXRT is 500 right now. So 500. So yeah, this is about a $2,500 position size, right around kind of that sweet spot. Like I said before, I would definitely consider buying VXRT, or just buying it a little bit closer to 3,000. So I would have averaged down here, but I was kind of busy day trading a little bit. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I will buy a little bit more if we see a little bit dip on VXRT. But for now, I'm going to kind of leave this one. It is a little bit more unstable, so I don't mind having I don't mind having less allocation to VXRT, since it is a bit more of a high risk ticker. And yeah, that's pretty much our two swing trades for our swing account. Obviously, we're looking at way more tickers, so we can quickly go through some tickers we're looking for as well. AMC here pulling off now. On 10-1, VXRT on 10-1, like last year 10-1, or what do you mean? Right around here, I think, 10-1. Almost there, come on! 10-1. Near the low of 0.22, or what am I looking at? 10-day 1 minute. 10-day, I was like 10-1. What's specific about 10-1? So yeah, the 1 minute is looking pretty solid, and this is a kind of big reason why I'm looking for a swing trade on VXRT. So yeah, we'll let this one ride out a little bit longer. I probably wouldn't hold it for a month, but I would probably like to take profits maybe even by the end of the week. I don't know if it's going to happen that quick. I do expect VXRT to have at one point a little bit pop to the upside, so probably I would give it maybe 1 or 2 weeks tops. But then on any sort of break of $6, I'd really be looking to take some profits. Or cut losses if we break 450. Nothing's guaranteed. Honestly, SHLL to me is a little bit overextended. I would be a little bit careful with a lot of EV stocks. They were on a great rally. I just feel like they're all overextended, and that's just how I feel about them. I don't know, I could be totally wrong. I definitely thought they were overextended last month as well. So maybe don't listen to me on whatever I say about EV stocks. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Jared, that's true too. Very true. I just missed that. RXT. Well, good thing we got out of RXT, man. This one has been quite the roller coaster, literally ever since we got out of this ticker. Just giant flashes to both directions. It's a really kind of hard to get a feeling for this one, and shows there's a lot of indecisiveness in this ticker. I have no problem buying back RXT at one point. I just kind of lost a little bit of faith in what we were seeing with it for now. So I don't mind closing out this position. Unfortunately, it wasn't the big win that I was expecting, or at least hoping, not really expecting, but oh well. A lot of interesting tickers you guys are calling out. Let's actually go to the daily chart for the next swing trades. I think it'll be a little bit easier from now on. How do you quickly, what's up Scully? How do you quickly remove an old drawing? If it's like brand new, I use Control Z, which Weeble, if you use Control Z, does not remove lines, and it freaks me out all the time. BRA shorting. Whew, good luck, man. Go Ducks. So Sono, again, I've been waiting for an entry on Sono for a while. Anything around 1250, I'm going to be jumping in on it. It looks like it's going to try to have a little bit of a breakout here, but at very low volume, so maybe it's going to actually be a buy. AAL has been a phenomenal, entry constantly around 1250s. I don't think anymore I'm as interested in it as the past. I do think that sell volume is kind of taking over again. I think sellers look like they're a little bit back in charge. So I would be a little bit nervous here. But, now with the movie theaters opening again, that's good news for the entertainment industry. And at the same time, the entertainment industry moves quite similarly to the travel industry. So maybe there's going to be a little bit of correlation here. Who knows? Amazon just only goes in one direction. Space. We just talked about it. Tesla, let's look at this one, down 6% today. I don't really feel like it's a big surprise. I feel like we knew this would happen at one point, so just was really a matter of time. Really kind of solid little dip here. 11% already from the highs. I would probably start looking to buy Tesla around the 400s in my long-term account. I don't think I'm going to swing trade Tesla. I have a really hard time calling out Tesla. It's always more aggressive than I expect. So any sort of big dips, I'm just going to build my long-term portfolio, add it to my long-term portfolio, which I don't swing trade. I look to hold over a year. So that's kind of my move on Tesla, which is pretty hands-off. Intel, I was looking for that 45, but never reached it. We were so close for an entry on this one. That's a little bit painful. AMD, huge move around above 90. Again, I kind of feel the same way with AMD, Tesla, and Apple. I think just buying AMD, Tesla, and Apple on any sort of major dip is a good move. I find these to be a little bit tricky to swing trade. Good point, Jared, on Shell or SHLL. Yeah, TA, I also have a hard time. I mean, maybe that's why AMC was having a huge amount of sellers. People were, taking advantage of these, one-day spikes on AMC. AMC just pulled back again. So I do think maybe that buy the rumors, sell the news. And now that the news is out, it could really only get worse maybe from here again. Yeah, Apple is just wicked. Apple and Tesla and AMD, really strong tickers. JILL. Just looking at it on my second chart here. Yeah, it's been a smooth sailor for sure. I wasn't looking at it too much today, mainly because it didn't have a lot of volume out of the gates, but around 10 o'clock, JILL really picked up, huh? Pretty sweet mover. A lot of sell volume kind of popping in on this one now. Like I said, TA, I would probably look for something around 400. Yeah, thanks, Eugene. NKLA, I don't know. I missed this one. I had a really decent little dip there at 55, sold near 60. That was exactly what I wanted. On that trade, I said I would have wanted to buy more at 30 when we reach it. I didn't buy at 30, and it was the one that got away. So NKLA, I don't know. No trade for me yet on this one. ADT, I've been saying, I want to trade this one as well. So I'm just going to kind of see where the bottom kind of comes on this one. No need to rush ADT, but I do kind of like this general price area around $10. If it dips under $10 and there's no negative news, I would probably even be more willing to buy it. It just had a really strong run on that Google News. There was a lot of day trading on it, so now it's just kind of finding its real value. And I think scooping some ADT up will be a good move. Remember, Google owns 30% of it now. RKT, guys, look at this one, absolute rocket. I know a lot of you guys were trading this one. I'm thinking RKT might be a similar story with Rackspace, so I would really like to maybe pick up Rackspace if it looks like it's holding and starts continuing back to the upside. So I'll keep a close eye with Rackspace, because right now I find the two are quite similar, but I couldn't really justify holding it any longer. What's up, Anthony? The MC sucks, Kelvin says. Royal Caribbean and then Carnival Cruise Lines, two tickers that could be great on any sort of really bad sell-offs. I think Royal Caribbean, I'd be a little bit more confident in on a long-term play. Carnival Cruise Lines I've never been too stoked about, but has some nice trading opportunities. CVAC, you guys remember this one. That was a pretty sweet day or swing trade. LMND, possible entry actually on LMND, close to $50. I'm watching this one really closely. I check it almost every morning, so keeping an eye on that one. XPEV might have bottomed out here. Maybe not. I don't know. This could just be a bear flag. I have an alert here if XPEV goes under 20, at which point I think we should definitely talk about possibly swing trading it. Wow, look at that AMC sell-off. So this is what I was talking about earlier, that this looks like actually a fake out, where you have a really decent breakout on big volume, but then the same kind of move back to the downside. That's not really good. That was around like 950 or so. We had a little bit of a dead cat bounce right here, and now we're kind of just continuing that sell momentum. So if I would not be long AMC on a long swing trade based on this kind of price action, although you could maybe argue that this was very, very similar, which is definitely totally worth arguing. But my counter argument on that one is this kind of triple top trend line that I would be a little bit worried about. That looks like at the moment, not sure if we're going to be able to break out from that. So I would like to see this 630 zone hold and then kind of go from there. I don't know. No trade yet for me for AMC. And then rack space. Whew, a lot of stuff to look at, but at the same time, it's just a total waiting game, And then when you see that right setup, then you want to get aggressive, just like we talked about with NKLA, man. I was waiting, I was so patient, and when I had $30, I should have stuck to my gut and jumped on it, because sometimes you only have like that very small window, that opening. So there's nothing wrong with waiting a whole week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks without doing a swing trade, but when you see your entry, try not to hesitate and just jump in on it. What's with the sexy gloves? John Money's wondering. This is a compression glove on my right hand for carpal tunnel because I'm clearly on my computer too much. Really nice for cheap dates. You mean Tinder dates or what do you mean here? But that is actually kind of fun. What I really like, I was actually at Sol Palace this weekend, which is a kind of boutique movie theater here in Berlin. They do a lot of premieres. So we went to the Tenet premiere, and that one, you get like these giant leather seats. You have a table. There's a bar. You order food. It's just a really good environment. I mean, you can drink and all that stuff in all movie theaters in Europe pretty much, but this one was it was a bit of an experience. So I think there's a huge place for movie theaters in that kind of aspect. I don't know how big. I don't know. I feel like the classic AMC thing is kind of like. I don't know where it's going to go, but I think boutique movie theaters are here to stay. Have a few entanglements. Jared, nice way to put it. Sniper trader, watching for the shot. Yep, exactly. That's it. Money grab. Yeah, we got movie theaters open in Berlin. No, when you were sitting down, you didn't have to wear a mask. It all works out pretty well somehow. That's good, Jared. Gotta be frugal and just keep buying assets. I like it. That's a good strategy. Well, I mean, that's pretty much everything for today. Like, it's kind of upsetting that I only did 2 trades today. That's actually like really ridiculous. Let me go here to the unlimited account really quickly. Let's make sure we're looking at the right stuff. Is this it? Yes, the unlimited account. So we're, 2 trades today. This is probably my most ridiculous trading day in the last 2 months, maybe longer. The first trade I did today was a total ridiculous setup. Should have not done it, and I didn't cut my losses quick enough. Second trade, decent setup, but again, I didn't cut my losses quick enough. Just using really, really big size. So, yeah. It is what it is. Oh man, TA, that sounds super good. What's that restaurant? What's that restaurant in America with the rollerblades? Oh man, it's so good. I think the number 7 was what I ordered all the time. What was that? Our town got one like right at the end. What was that place called? No, not Sonic. I think it was Sonic. Was it Sonic? Hold on, let me look at the picture. A lot of you guys are saying Sonic. It definitely wasn't Johnny Rockets. I think it was Sonic. I would know this better, but we only got it near the end of my high school. So I think I only went there for like a year, but I did really enjoy it. So, wait, what? Sonic restaurants. Let me look at a picture. Yeah, it was definitely Sonic. Man, their logo looks so old school. Oh my lord. Founded in 53. LMND guys, below 54. Next stop, 50. You guys are on point with Sonic. Came in hot. It was definitely a good thing that I wrapped up trading. Who knows what kind of silly stuff I would have done. 300 bucks we can recover in one day, no problem. But anything, you know, when you start, you know, if I had another red trade from here, it would have been more mentally burdening. I don't know, the next day. I think I need to wrap up here because I can't speak anymore. That's always a big sign. I need to wrap up. Burdensome. Thank you, David. Thank you. And the winner gets a bunch of small caps. Do I recommend any day trading courses, classes? I think you can learn a lot of free stuff on the internet, and even my course, I put it on Skillshare just to have a place where I put all my course stuff together, and you can watch the whole thing for free. You just have like 2 months to do it. You know, I'm sure Ross Cameron's course is really good, but it's pretty expensive. But you know, you're investing into your education. It depends. Like, what I would do is, like, before you buy anything, I would probably watch Ross Cameron for 3 months. And if you're that dedicated and you're watching it for 3 months, and then you think that, like, you know, that course or all the content there, like, I'm committed, I'm going to go through all of it, you know, you're seeing results, you're being a little bit more consistent, you know, go for it. But it's expensive. And, you know, even Tim Sykes, when I was like in 2013, I was checking out a lot of his stuff, and I found it pretty, you could get a lot of the videos again for free. Again, like, I'm not saying don't buy anything, but if you think you're committed, go for it. If you think it helps you, go for it. Like, for sure, definitely go for it. But, you know, check out YouTube. There's a lot of good stuff on YouTube, and see if you're committed. And then one of the big things I would probably recommend for any new trader is build a watch list. Like, learn how to build your own watch list. That's something that if I could go back to, like, beginner trader me, I would be like, Alex, learn how to build your own watch list. When I first started trading, I always was trying to watch what all the other traders were doing, and it really messed me up for way too long. It wasn't until, you know, I built my own scanner, I was scanning the stocks, and then I, you know, had like my routine, and I knew why I was trading, what I was trading. That's really when things got a lot better for me. So focus on, like, doing as much as you can, and then, you know, once you feel like maybe you've hit like a ceiling or something, then maybe maybe buy a course from an instructor that you really like, or do some one-on-one consulting. That probably would be even better. David says the best education is just watch Alex Winkler for 3 months. Appreciate it, man. That's really nice. Go. Your channel is my watch list. Yeah, there's nothing wrong about getting tickers from other people. I get a lot of tickers from you guys, and then I apply it to my own trading, and that's great. But at least try to figure out, what you're going to be trading every day with some scanners first, and then maybe like compare to other people. If you like, sometimes I'm like, well, how did you guys get this ticker? And then I realized my scanner had the wrong filters and I missed something. So I'm always learning from other people as well, but it can be very overwhelming. So try to first focus on what can you do to improve right now. And a lot of it is in your power to improve, and then a lot of it is just being consistent. Like, give it 3 months. I guarantee you your trading will improve hugely if you show up every day. And then give it another 3 months and you're going to be, again, like 100% better of a trader, and give it again 3 months. I mean, you just keep, refining it. And if you could find a mentor that helps, go for it. I don't see anything wrong with that. But, first, before you start spending money, think like, have I done everything that I can already do for free? I guess that's a good question to ask yourself. Yeah, very true, Dan. And always think what you're risking. They say like a professional trader thinks about how much they can lose. A gambler thinks about how much they can win, which it makes a lot of sense, because risk management, as you trade longer and longer, you realize is pretty much the only important thing. Because even if you make $1 million and you're risking $1 million every trade, eventually you're going to lose $1 million and then you're back to zero. So ultimately, risk management is like the most important thing. Yeah, very true, living large. I always try to emphasize that in the beginning of the streams, because I like buying dips, and for most traders, I think my entries look like definitely not where you want to be buying a stock, because they'll be like falling off a cliff. But since I'm always buying these dips, I know, okay, well, there's big support here. I know what my risk levels are. I'm looking for this quick, base sit. I'm looking for this kind of return. So they're very quick dip trades, which for me feels really, really nice. I totally understand it. But for, someone else maybe buying breakouts, like there's no resemblance of an entry there. So yeah, knowing your personality is so important. Satoshi says, focus more on losing money than making money. Hey, maybe. I mean, you hit your 100K milestone today, so maybe. Yeah, paper trading. I like to use paper trading for like understanding a platform a little bit more, getting the technicals down. But I really like having the real money emotional aspect to it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not learning as much as maybe I could be. I don't know. Tesla testing lows again. Man, that is exciting stuff. Let's check out PSV and then I'll wrap it up there. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, on the way out. I really, really do appreciate it. And thanks for the donation, guys. I probably can't go to the beer garden today after having a red day, but I'll definitely, I definitely have $10 now to think about it. PSV, Yeah, I mean, I was just like, wait, why do I already feel like I know what PSV is? And that's because I had it in my second chart over here. But, not a lot of volume today. I think this is a bit more of a bottom bounce. Didn't have any catalyst today. We were talking about this pre-market that $1 was going to be a tremendous point of resistance for PSV. So nothing really has changed in my mind on that. And I don't really see myself wanting to trade PSV. I don't know where it's going to go from here, but based on the daily, I wouldn't be surprised if it went all the way down to like 0.3 and maybe even past that. Who knows? Ooh, AMC dipped again. Oh man, AMC is such a little flusher today. Oh no, it popped to the upside. Oh man, Eugene, you confused me. Yeah, Satoshi, I totally agree with that because if a stock is going down, you're thinking about how much money you could make on of it. You're not focusing on what you should be focusing on it. But if a stock is going up and you're like thinking about how much you can lose, you're very kind of tuned into the important things the chart is showing you. Like, okay, well, my thesis maybe is not upholding. We just broke some support. Let me see if I can scale out. Or is it still, maybe a good idea to average down and then sell into a bump and at least close for a break even or something like that. Yeah, I like it. ATDS, I feel like we've seen that one before. Yeah, don't forget to check out the Discord, guys. Yesterday was on fire. I wasn't there yesterday for the Discord afternoon session, but sometimes I can tune in. NIO, uy, uy, uy. I just don't think I can hold in these territories. I mean, good on you guys for holding through all this. Not the ticker for me in these price categories. I don't really have to explain myself, I guess, for the thousandth time of why I wouldn't be trading it NIO anymore. Just the risk reward is no longer, I think, proportional. And yeah, when you see these kind of flushes, it's just, I mean, this is big signs of cracks of momentum. So I really would be very careful with NIO. Very, very careful. There's nothing wrong with buying the split run. It did go up much higher, but yeah, you got to take profits or close when it doesn't work your way. Man, Tesla's got me all sorts of crazy at the moment. First big opportunity will definitely be around 400, and then we'll kind of go from there. Yeah, for sure, Satoshi. I mean, I wonder if I did it a little bit with AMD today. I mean, AMC. Maybe I did. I don't know. Percentage-wise, though, AMC was a very small loss. So I think I did everything right with AMC, which is pretty cool. It just feels like a big loss because I used $7,000 or $6,000 position size. But really, the loss was tiny, percentage-wise. My first trade with TSRI. That was a big loss. That was like a full-on 10% loss. And that one, I didn't cut my losses quick enough. But I used a tiny position size, so it didn't really affect me that much. For the green candles, I think you just go to style right here, and there's a hollow button. So you go to settings. I think you go to appearance, and I think there was a hollow. Was it candle trend? No, that's chart type. That's different. Order fill. Here's a fill button. Yeah, so I think you have to say fill up. I think Webull says hollow, and I guess TD Ameritrade says fill up. Why would you not have show wicks selected? Oh my god, that looks like a disaster. Whew. I couldn't imagine somebody doing that. Yeah, gotta set up those rules. Fill up. As a trick bot. Yeah, I want to trick out our Discord a little bit more too. I got some good ideas rolling in from the DMs from you guys on Discord, so appreciate it. I'll be working on Discord a little bit more in the upcoming weeks. Man, Tesla did the offering at the most perfect spot. That was really, really beautiful. Where they raised $550 million. Awesome. Ha! That was crazy. All right, guys, I'm rolling out of here. I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. I really, really do appreciate it. Consider subscribing if you're new. Love to have you join the channel. We're down 320 today or 330 or something like that. Not really the biggest kind of loss, but at the same time, this is pretty much my max stop for the day. 10% of my, I'm going to say average position size makes a lot more sense. That's really when I want to stop trading. It's just becomes too much to make up after that. So that's why I like wrapping up at this point. So, all right, guys, boom, peace out. Ciao, Maui. Auf Wiedersehen und tschüssi. See you guys. I don't know how to end the stream again. I know I'm still live. I had to refresh my small laptop on the side. Can't wait to get a new laptop.